Hey, 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 how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I do like the pop filter. It's awesome looking. I'm gonna keep it. It makes the blue look even bluer. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. How are you doing? How 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 you doing? Yay. Let's try not to forget our affirmation for today. This is the Church of RAK. My name is Rosemary, Nonny, and I'm just going to go and share this around the place. And I'll be with you in a second. And we're going to be talking a little bit about fear. Fear. So I got to thinking about it today. Today's been one of those days where I've spent a lot of time journaling, a lot of time chilling as well, and doing a few bits and pieces with work and such. And it's just awesome day all in all. I do like a peaceful, chilled out day. But I got to thinking about fear. I got to thinking about how fear has held me back in many, many ways. And I'm sure that it's held some of y'all back as well. So say hello when you come on to the stream. Tell me where you're streaming from. I want to know. I want to know where you're streaming from. So tell me. I'm going to share this around the place. In fact, you can see me do my computer thing. I'll share this around the place and then I'll be with you. But, we're talking about fear today. Do you feel afraid at times? Are there certain things that kind of hold you back massively, that keep you off course, off the things that you would like to do? You think about some of the stuff that you want to do and you just find yourself not actually doing it. And years go by. Like for me, that was definitely my story. Years and years went by of not doing the stuff that I dreamt about doing because I was afraid. Hello, Sylvia. Lovely to have you here. And Lakeisha, thank you for sharing. Cool. Guys, keep it coming. I want to hear from you. Hello. How you doing, honey? How you doing? Cool. Excellent. So yes, fear. It is crazy the way it kind of gets in the way of you doing some of the stuff that you think you know that you're called to do. There's no think about it. You're supposed to be doing this stuff. Hi, Mohammed. Lovely to have you here as well. And you called me madam. My gosh, I'm taken back to being in Nigeria. That's what they call all older women. Oh my gosh, am I an older woman now? Am I an older woman now? Somebody tell me no. Someone tell me no, okay? I'll tell myself no. I'm as young as I choose to be, and I choose to be pretty dang young until I decide otherwise. And in fact, I don't think I'll ever decide otherwise, truth be told. I met a family friend or something a few months ago, and he's like, oh my gosh, every time I see you, you're kind of younger than the last time I saw you. And I'm like, yeah, I know, man. I know. I'm getting younger, not older. And it doesn't really matter anyway. Whichever way, I'm getting wiser, and that is quite important to me. Anyway, freedom from fear. It is one of those big things for me. Fear has been one of those things that's really held me back for a very long time, and it might be doing exactly the same to you. And the thing is that fear sometimes can appear reasonable. It can appear natural and normal for you to make these decisions that are holding you back from your destiny. You have these big ideas. I still remember being a very young girl, I was about 17 or 18, and I remember joining this church called the JA, or the Jesus Army, and the young people get on the stage. What were we? We were called something. Were we just the youth? I can't remember. I'm sure there was some other fancy name for us, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is right now. But I still remember shouting at the top of my voice about, I'm gonna be a history maker in this land. I'm gonna forget the affirmation and all this singing I'm doing. I'm gonna be a speaker of truth to all mankind. And then almost the moment that God tells you to speak something, you kind of shy away, man. And that was me for a while there. Hey, kid. Oh, yes, I'm singing. I'm gonna stand, I'm gonna run into your arms. I loved that song. History Maker. It was just the most awesome song ever. I used to sing it with gusto. Everything inside of me was like, yes, that is me. I'm going to be a history maker. I'm gonna speak truth and people are gonna hear it. And then I got afraid. Gusto! And then I was afraid. I got afraid. I got very afraid. I still remember, actually, it was only maybe last year or 2 years ago. I felt as though Spirit has said inside of me, are you actually willing to speak what I tell you to speak? And I was like, yeah, I think so. Although the fact that you're asking me that question is kind of scary, basically. But I think so. I think I'm willing to speak whatever it is. And it's taken me some time. And I mean, I've spoken about things like sex, which for me was a very big issue. And it still can be, actually. Truth be told, because I know it stirs up all kinds of craziness inside of people, really. And especially when I self-identify as a Christian. So I know for my Christian friends, it's a struggle for them to hear me speaking about some of this stuff that I speak about. I speak about spirit. I speak about some things that are just uncomfortable at times, even for me. And so I suppose I still think there's a lot of room for me to speak even louder. I know that in some ways I have become a speaker of truth, but I know there's still room because I still have fear at times. Now, you guys might look at me sometimes and think I'm completely fearless, but it's not the truth. I just act despite fear. But I think there's even room for me to act further despite fear. And I would say to you guys as well, hey, today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday for most of us. For a lot of us anyway. I don't know if it's most of us. But for a lot of us, tomorrow the week starts again. And you get another opportunity to show up, to actually, take that call, take that vision inside of you and figure out. I know Madam means respecting me. Absolutely. I agree with you, Mohammed. In Nigeria, we would never call anybody by name. It would be Madam or Oga. Oga was for the man. Basically, Oga was the man and Madame was the woman. Basically, you never mentioned anybody by name. When I came to this country first, when I came again when I was 17, that was one of those things. The fact that you could call your lecturers by name, oh my goodness, that was just like crazy, cray. It's like, no, I'm sorry, but I cannot call you by name. Okay? It is disrespectful for me to call you by name, so I will call you sir or something, but I will not call you by your first name, basically. And that was me when I came to the country. So yes, Mohammed, I'm very aware that it is a respectful term. Okay? But anyway, yes, going back to what I was saying before I got distracted. I know that for a lot of you, there is fear. There is fear. There are things that you know you're supposed to be doing, but you're not playing full out because you're afraid, okay? These things, you know that they would even be good. Maybe you're not even being called to give a very scary message. It's just a message. You have something inside of you that you know you can help people with. But yet, every week, you make a kind of almost a decision that you're going to change things, but then you get to the end of the week and nothing's changed because you kind of got sucked into work, you got sucked into your regular life, sucked into everybody else's agenda, and your agenda keeps being put on the back burner because if you really truly face it, there is fear there. There is fear that you may invest a heck of a lot of your energy and it may not work. There is fear that you are deluded and maybe you just need to just settle into living an okay life. It's not all you want, but it's okay. But for some of you, actually, it's not okay. It really isn't okay. It's not okay at all, and still fear stops you. Still fear stops you because in some cases it begins to feel as though the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. Hey, Kinta. Lovely to have you here, my honey. Lovely to have you all here, actually. But it's like, yeah, you just keep doing the same stuff over and over again, kind of praying and hoping for change. But it's fear that stops you from actually doing the stuff that you know in your heart of hearts you need to do. You need to show up. You need to do things differently or else nothing ever will change. And I don't want that for you guys. I am very much about us all stepping into creating wealth the way we're born to, stepping into making a difference. Because I know for most of us, it's so important to us that we do make that difference. Yes, we want the money. Absolutely, money. Yeah, of course. Can you be free without money? I ask that question all the time. Can you be free, really free, when money is tight? It's hard, man. It's hard. It's impossible practically. So whatever, no matter how spiritual you get, the truth is you need to be able to live comfortably. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, the spirit, God, Papa, intuition, whatever you wish to call it, I call him Papa, does not want you to struggle. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. That is part of the reason why I do this work, is that we must wake up. We the ones that have sometimes felt unloved, unwanted, uncertain. We've sometimes felt unseen. Even though there's been a passion inside to be seen. We've sometimes felt hard done by. We've sometimes felt as though people take advantage of the things that we have to give, but it's only because we let them. Okay? It's only because we let them. It's only because, yeah, there are gifts inside of you. And sometimes people see it even more than you do. It's hard, and I've had enough of money blocks. I'm coming to love Papa as a term. Yes, I've been unseen. Absolutely, Kian. And yeah, Papa is awesome. Basically. But this is it. To break away from this place of being unseen, we have to do some of the eternal work. I say some of the eternal work because sometimes people get really caught up then in trying to be absolutely completely clear before they take action, and the chances are that you'll die before you're completely clear. So we have to combine getting clear with taking action as well. But it's difficult to take the action if fear is playing a huge part in your life. I'm wondering if I still remember the affirmation. I did see these affirmations, I just kind of create them just before I come on. And if I do anything too much before I sing them, then they might just leave my brain, basically. And then I have to make up another one on the spot. I know the words were, I'm free from fear, I'm free to trust. I think those were the words. That's a good enough affirmation, isn't it? I am free from fear, I am free to trust. Let me see if I remember it. I remember the chords. The great thing about these awesome affirmations I do is that they're so simple that I can just make up another one, but I think I remember the tune now. So this is our affirmation for today. Church of RNK, man. Say hi, all of y'all. And my throat is still very croaky. So, just love me anyway. Just love me anyway. I am free from fear. I am free to love, to trust even. But love is good too, man. I am free from fear. I am free to trust. And again, I am free from fear. I am free to trust. And again, I am free from fear. I am free to trust. Freedom! Freedom from fear, freedom to trust, freedom to believe and to act on those nudges that do arise inside of you. Freedom to, despite the feeling that, am I wasting my time? Is this ever going to work? Oh, this person thinks I'm crazy. Oh, am I even sure that I'm hearing my intuition? Or am I just making this stuff up? Free from all of that kind of craziness. It is a choice. We make a choice to trust. To trust that when you feel that bubbling up inside of you, that you need to act on it quickly. When it comes to things like fear, some exercises, or one exercise that I would do to actually handle some of my stuff, is when I see, or when something keeps recurring, okay? Maybe there's a particular, maybe just before a live stream. Okay, so for some of you, you've never done live streams before, because you're afraid, let's be honest, okay? So if you know that this is an ongoing or a recurring fear, okay, one way to do it is just freaking do the live stream, basically. Just switch it on before you have the time to overthink it, and then you have to say something, basically. And yes, it may be the worst thing ever, but you've broken through. Or another way is also, something else I like to do is actually get my journal out and look at the fear, actually look at it and be curious about it. Try and figure out, where did this come from? Maybe someone said something to me, maybe something happened at some point. What is it that caused me to feel this fear? Because sometimes in seeing the root of it, you can see that the root was actually, maybe the root was when you were a child. It was maybe when you were only 3 or 4 or 5 years old. So when you see it again now as an adult, it may not look the same as it did when you were 5, but it may still be controlling you because you haven't been very deliberately looking at why you feel afraid about showing up in person, letting people see you. Why are you afraid of that? Okay, what do you think is going to happen? Because really, we know logically nothing's going to happen, but it doesn't stop you from feeling what you feel. So sometimes it's great to just take some time to write out, to just allow whatever comes out, come out. You just keep asking the question, why am I afraid of this? Why am I afraid of this? And see what comes up.